Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm using my counterfeit kit challenge, my how to kill a kit with style with my Scrap a Stitch that I have for design team layout. So I have these two photos of my kiddo building forts in our backyard. And I have this Scrap a Sketch printables out and it's called Pretty in Bloom. And I put this in my kit this month and this was my counterfeit kit. This is also my how to kill a kit with style, and this is the last 12 by 12 paper I have out of these printables that I printed off. Excuse me. And so I'm gonna call this killed at the end of this layout, which is awesome. So I'm just going to trim these down. I am also using premium sketch number 58 from April 2024 from a Scrap a Sketch. So Elisa has printables. She's got the free Sketch Friday that happens every Friday on the Facebook group, but she also has a premium subscription as well. And so she has a whole bunch of new sketches that are released every single month, some with double, some single. And the lovely thing about the premium sketches is when you have the subscription, you get everything else from before. And she has it set up on the website that you can look at how many pictures you need. So if you've got 2 pictures, you can look at the 2 pictures and away you go. So I think it's set up really well. So this is just a couple pieces of cardstock. I'm gonna double matte my photos, and you can see me like piece together this one. And yes, I ripped part of it, and oh well. This one was a struggle. I don't know why. It shouldn't have been. It was. There's a little piece that's missing there. I'm gonna put a little piece in there. This gets trimmed pretty closely, so you can't really see where those edges are. And then I'm gonna mat it on this purple too, and scuff it up just a little bit because that hides the unevenness of it a bit. And then I have my 2 photos here, and now I'm gonna get ready to use the sketch. And I can't show you the sketch because it is a premium sketch, so it is a paid subscription, but yeah, you'll get the gist of it. So this green piece is not part of the Pretty in Bloom. It's actually from Paint a Rainbow. And so this was part of my kit last month, and I had that little piece just sitting there, and I was like, oh, this green works really well with this other collection. And in the sketch I have a bit here that I need. You just maybe saw my kiddo on the corner there. She noticed my Through a Looking Glass 49 Market stuff that I just got. She was like, Mom, look at this. I'm like, yes, I have pretty stuff. So, which is kind of funny because it was sitting upstairs for a little bit, and my craft room is downstairs, and she notices it downstairs but not upstairs. I don't know, whatever. There is this jutted pieces for scraps that are coming out the side here. Most of these I cut about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. And then I am going to there's a couple that are a little smaller, like that gingham purple that I'm playing with right now. And I'm just going to piece these together and make it a bit bigger because I need to fill in that space a bit. In the sketch, I think there's 9 of these, and I'm not going to quite do 9, but I think I end up with, let me end up with 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I would need to count, but so this is going to go on. I can print off the printables on my 12 by 12 format because I got myself a large format printer for Christmas. But these print out beautifully as an 8.5 by 11. That's what they're actually meant for. So easy peasy done. So this wood grain is also from the Pretty in Bloom. The zigzag paper in my hand now is from Pretty in Bloom. The purple gingham, the stripe, all of that is from Pretty in Bloom. The only thing that's not is that green with the swirly that I told you is from Paint a Rainbow. And so I'm just going to get all this on, trying to Get it in so there's enough room. This is not quite going to overlap completely on that edge. Therefore, where that purple gingham is not completely matched up, but I wanted it to be as far out as I could get it. It is going to get covered by a strip here that I'm going to do in a second. Sorry about my head. Just trying to get that lined up and in where I need it to be. And that piece is a little bit smaller than this piece, so I'm going to sneak this piece in instead because I still needed just the tiniest bit more room to have this overlap, and then that works out pretty well. I don't have to do the other side because my picture is going to cover where it would normally be seen, so that works out. And then this is fun foam with double-sided tape on it. I think this works fantastic for added dimension. So there's not a lot of dimension on this page, but there's a little bit. So that's going to overlap out there. I think that's kind of cute. And now I'm going to pull out my big kick. And I got this Sissic Thinlits. It's new to me. There's like these edges in it, and there's an alpha, and this is the Thinlits 66873. And so first run through ever on that one. So I'm just taking a look at it, and I went, oh, the edge doesn't actually cut. That's really interesting. So the straight edge doesn't actually cut. So wherever you line it up, that's where that one edge is going to be, which is kind of cool. So you get definitely a wider edge on that one. So I'm like, huh, interesting. So I lined it up differently the second time around because that makes a little bit more sense if you know how it's working. And then I'm going to do this a couple more times. There's maybe a border strip or something that goes along this green piece. And then there's another piece that needs to go along the left hand side of the page. So just trying to get enough of these little scraps so that I definitely have this on here. And this dark purple that I'm using is scraps from the Pretty in Bloom as well. And I just thought it would work really well there. It's also why I chose the cardstock that I did for the purple, because it actually matches really well. And then I'm lining this up so it covers the spot where that purple gingham paper doesn't match with the green very well, and so that works out really well. And then I'm going to take another piece of this green and put it on the left side, just a small piece, and about there. And then the border piece that I just cut, I'm going to use two. And then it's going to go about there, but I'm going to use the ones that I cut right there. And then this is not long enough. I want it to overlap onto the stripe piece, but I do have enough that I can put this piece down. I can put this other shorter piece down, and then I have a piece that is actually going to overlap because I have this piece that I can use too. And then that's basically the base done, and now I need to look at embellishing. So all the embellishments are also going to come from the Pretty in Bloom collection. The only thing on the page that doesn't come from Scrap-A-Sketch is actually the alphas. Everything else is Scrap-A-Sketch. So this flower, I thought that was cute there. I thought about the tag, not so much. This ticket is cute. It's the right kind of purple. It's not going to make it on here. The bird definitely is going to, because in our backyard we do have lots of sparrows and chickadees, so that works really well. This is how the printables print off for the icons and journaling bits and that kind of stuff. So this scallop piece I already cut off, like cut out. But I did decide that I want another large purple heart. I already used it up the first time around, so second time it works too. So, and then the flower's gonna get put underneath, and just trying to decide what I want. That would have been cute too. So this is going to get tucked. This is going to go over top. And then I decide to move the brown heart up here too, because why not? And then I'm still trying to decide how to do the rest with this bird. So this is me fussy cutting out the camera. Pull some more of that green in, and then I'm going to fussy cut out this bow, which pulls a little bit more of the yellow that's in the zigzaggy stripey one. And easy peasy to cut out these. And then so that's basically going to be what happens there. And just thinking about that purple ticket still. I'm like, nope, I don't know. It's going to be the bird. It's going to be almost exactly how I just had it, but that's okay. So I'm going to cut this off because it's going to get hidden anyway. And it goes on the upper part. Then this is going to go here. I've got that all situated. That's pretty cute. Still going to try and get this ticket in here. It's not. Nope. But I do have these leaves, and I'm going to pop them down here instead of up top. And that's pretty cute. And then I just need a journaling spot and a title. So I am going to use this. Oh, and this green heart goes on. And this blue journaling spot from the collection is also going to go on. And it's going to go underneath the photo. Just trying to figure out where, which should go. And auditioning in a couple of different spots. And then I decide, it is definitely going to go here. I think one of my kids is in my room still and chatting with me too. So I'm being a little distracted, but I cut most of that out. So, and then I am going to a journal on here, and I do that off screen because my head gets in the way, and it just says building forts with trimmed branches. And then I pulled out some alphas. So I'm going to use these purple ones. I actually wanted to use the yellow ones, but I didn't have any E's left. So purple it is, which is fine. This kiddo's favorite color is purple. So Crate is what I'm just going to call it. That is the kiddo. I think that's my oldest actually. And she was talking about visual triangles, and I was like, I'm not sure if I like the title there. And she was like, well, but you have that triangle thing that happens when in art that you need to like make your eyes more appealing. And I'm like, yes, I do. I'm like, but I could put it underneath. And she's like, nope, I like it that way. I'm like, all right, done it is. So there are my close-ups. There are some still shots here to follow. It gives you a better idea of some of the color that this collection is. And so cute. So this will be up on the Scrap a Sketch Facebook group, so make sure you go take a look at there. You can also go to the website to find the printables. The printables, again, I used today were Pretty in Bloom and Paint a Rainbow. And that is 10% off if you use Amanda10 at scrapasketch.com. And that also includes the books and stencils. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate the time you take to be here. If you'd like, subscribe, and comment, that would be awesome. There's some other videos you might want to look at here. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.